interface with reality is your body. So as you perfect your body, you experience a new world. The world doesn't need to improve. You need to change your perception of the world. And when you do so, you advocate, you champion, you emphasize a more beautiful world with every step that you take and every word you speak and every vibratory emanation from your being. And so therefore you change the future of the planet. So step 1, recognize you don't need to change other. Step 2, change self. And then step 3, you influence everything around you. So yes, we do affect the physical world. Yes, we do end up changing governments and monetary systems and all kinds of things, ending cover-ups and helping poor people and all kinds of stuff. That all does happen, but it doesn't start there. It starts with you, and it doesn't stay with helping poor people, because maybe there's all kinds of things that come up, then something else will be there, and then all the poor people will be fed, and then what do we do now? So it doesn't start or stay with individual actions of benefit to other. It starts and stays with you, because you are your own power source. There is no other power source for you but you. So as you grow your power, you will change the whole world. But you don't think about changing the rest of the world. You think about yourself and changing yourself. But you can use the world as an inspiration. I mean, hey, if everyone got down here and said, whoa, this place needs a lot of help, I better anchor a lot of power into my body, we wouldn't have this situation on planet Earth. Because if everyone in this world acted as if they were the only one who could make the change happen, it'd already be done. What we have is a planet full of people who want to wait for someone else to do it. Well, why don't we be the people on this call to actually do something about it instead of waiting for something to change? Why don't we make something change and start locally and expand unto infinity? Start locally means start with yourself, and then you will radiate, you will ripple out the force of your being in every dimension, from your physical tissues to your spiritual emanations. You will radiate out and alter all of time and space around you, change the future of the planet, raise the consciousness of everyone, reactivate the light children who by and large are struggling right now. You'll turn the whole system on single-handedly as you cultivate your own power. And then if we were all doing that, acting as if we're the only one on the planet, if we all did that and said, okay, well, I'm the one who's going to make the change happen, I'm the one who's going to make the shift happen, if we all do that, but we're actually all doing it together, we cultivate way more power than we need. We need to get to the level of abundance in terms of the spiritual quotient of the planet, to the point we have more than we need. And we can only do that if we each individually act as if we're the only one who can make the change happen. If we each cultivate our own power. This is not meant to give you a sense of burden. This is not meant to give you a sense of stress and a sense of duty. This is meant to let you know these are your options, this is what you can do, and the only thing we can do to change this place is to change ourselves. But if you see things around you and they inspire you to say, look, I want to change this, good, change it in yourself. When you see things you don't like, you're like, oh, that person shouldn't have done that. Change yourself. Make sure you don't do it. And empower yourself to overcome any energies that they created with their strange behavior. Instead, you cultivate positive energies in yourself, and they will radiate from your body to the whole world. You can use anything as an inspiration to then modify yourself. Your close relationships especially. You'll encounter people. You will like many parts of them. You certainly will not like all of them. But the parts you don't like, don't take it out on them and blame them. Change those parts of them in yourself. You don't like someone who's cursing? Fine. Make sure you don't curse. You don't like someone who's smoking? Fine. Make sure you don't smoke, etc., etc., etc. Don't try to change other people. Change yourself. And then you can use the whole world as an inspiration. You can say, I want to change the world. Great. But you do it by changing yourself. Because then it actually happens. So please return to a focus at the top of the head, feeling deeply at this point. How? How do I change? How do I benefit myself? How do I benefit everyone in the world? You heal your body. You empower your body. Your physical body has to be the answer, because it's what everyone is ignoring. It has to be the answer. It's the one thing everyone's ignoring. I mean, people do all kinds of stuff around here. People explore just about everything except their own body. What do I mean? I mean they're not paying attention to it, they're not feeding it properly, they're not eating good food, they're not sleeping correctly, they're not exercising enough, they're not being in nature enough, they are not feeling how their body feels, so they are capable of doing things they would never do if they could receive feedback from their body. That's what I mean. People are not locked in body consciousness. People are nowhere near their body. They're locked in computer consciousness and internet and TV, radio, and video games and woe me this and oh this, that, and the other thing. It's all other than body, their body. So please focus on your own body and be different than the whole rest of the world. Whether it's a spiritual culture or just a mainstream culture, that culture is ignoring the body, by and large. There's a few exceptions. You may be part of one. You may be the founder of one, not meaning to exclude your particular tradition, but by and large, most everybody's ignoring the body. And that's where all our power is. Gee, somehow I'm not surprised. In a world culture obsessed with power issues, not having enough power, someone else having their power, and wanting more power and all this, and it's just power issues over and over. Using a system of power that destroys the health of the planet, namely nuclear fission, it's all power stuff. But why? Because no one knows where their power source is. And it's actually the body. In my experience, it is the body. So please continue to focus on you, your power source, your body. One thing I want to do before we leave the crown center, the crown layer of reality of your body, the crown level determines the future. It helps to lay the track or the foundation for the future. And it's also how we connect to our higher selves. So you can ask now, as you focus at this point, you can ask your higher self or prime creator to reconnect you to your higher self, to your higher nature. This will be very empowering for you. You're not asking to be connected to me. You're not asking to be connected to anyone else. What I'm suggesting is you ask to be connected to your own higher self energies. You have many higher dimensions of being, and these higher levels of your personality are not as confused, perhaps, as you are, or they see far greater things than you do. So they have a lot of information to share with you. Inner guidance comes from these higher bodies, this higher wisdom. There's also wisdom from the earth below, but right now we're talking about this higher self energy. Prime creator is something I'm always talking about. That to me is the totality of everything, the grand consciousness that is organizing the whole show, which you really are, in my opinion. That's what you are. You are prime creator. You want to tune into this part of yourself. There's a part of you that helped design creation, that said, yes, this will be fun, let's do it. Tune into that part of you through your crown, your infinite cosmic self. You can just envision a beam of light or feel a pillar of light shooting up from the top of your head all the way up into infinity above, connecting you to your higher nature. But please keep the awareness at the top of the head to continue the physical changes that are required to actually anchor this light into your body. It's one thing to know that light is up there. It's another thing to have a strong container so you can actually anchor it into your physical life. Your physical brain is that instrument. Your brain is the anchor for light. So we're in a position right now to alter the future of planet Earth for the better.